me, those who don't know me, I'm a money mindset and money management coach for women and families. I help you to remove your limiting money beliefs, stop overspending, and set up your exact money management plan for financial freedom so you stop living payday to payday. I have over 10 years experience as a business owner and entrepreneur. I started in the holistic health space and built a business in the online holistic health space. And then I became a business and mindset coach as well. And look, I'm a wife, I'm a mum, I'm the ultimate wine lover. Buy me a bottle of wine and you'll become my best friend. And look, the first business I built it to a multi-six-figure online business. There actually was a couple of years that it turned over 7 figures in sales for the year. But I actually did it the hard way. And the money that I made from this, the commissions that I brought in, which was just over 6 figures residually, it still never felt like enough. Like I had hit this point, like I came from absolute scarcity, absolute financial stress, never feeling like there was enough, so much stress around money growing up as a kid, as a teenager, constantly working to make money, but never having any savings, credit card always in the red. I obviously spent it all on wine. Like I don't even know where my money went. I lived at home from the moment I was 18. I was financially independent from the moment that I became an adult. If not earlier, I still had to, if I wanted things, my parents never gave me money. I had to do it all myself. So I built a business because I saw a way to have freedom for myself. And I was at an age where, a point in my life, I was 26. I had no husband, no child, and no mortgage. I was on 6 figures a year and I was still broke. So I want to share this with you because when you think like I just need to earn more money, you still can't, it doesn't actually give you all the answers. It doesn't actually create the freedom that you're looking for. So I was like, enough is enough. I'm so fucking sick of this. Like, this is not the life that I wanted. I'm sick of stressing about money and having this love-hate relationship with money. So I went to work on my relationship with money. And I say I've been a recovered financial stress head for the last 6 years. So that was 6 years ago. I went to work on my mindset to heal my relationship, to reprogram the subconscious thoughts, to actually learn about the principles of money and wealth and how to manage your money. And this is where I learned all about universal law and the science and energetics of money. And since then, I launched my money coaching business. So instead of mindset coaching and business coaching, I was like, all the clients I had, they're like, but Kim, tell me about the money stuff you're doing. And I just fucking love it. I love sharing this. So that's where Wealthy as Fuck was born. And I built my business to a multi-six figures in revenue in the first 12 months, whilst being a stay-at-home mum to a new baby without daycare, without any help other than husband help or, her dad, my husband. So, I turned my embarrassing bank account into $100,000 in savings as well. I invested in property and I actually financially thrived during a global pandemic. So we all know that happened. There was also along that the following year, we had an immediate death in the family where my husband was out of work for almost a third of the whole year. And we still, there was definitely challenges, but we were always fine financially because of what I'd learned and implemented for us. So look, everything I've learned, tried and tested, I'm obsessed with helping you change your finances and your life quickly and permanently. So you can never go backwards. So that's my nutshell version of me. And also, look, I share this. I am the creator of the Wealthy as Fuck Money program. If you haven't heard of it before, it's an online money mentorship for ambitious women to add a big, fat, juicy buffer to the bank and get ahead financially without having to live paycheck to paycheck. It's the fastest way to create an overflow of cash in the bank without restrictive budgeting. And you can do that in less than 12 months from this program. And look, it blends the science and spirituality of money, how to manage it and heal your relationship with it so you can finally create the financial freedom you work so freaking hard for. It's the golden ticket. It is really great. Actually, I will share, if anyone's on here live, I know we have a few ladies who are a part of the program. Feel free to share in the chat with the ladies who are on live, how you've been going so far, what you've been loving with it, because I know you're absolutely loving it. Otherwise, well, you wouldn't be on this call right now. But we only get amazing feedback and everyone's at their own pace with it. You get to do this You can never get behind on this stuff. Once you have it, it's like, I actually want to share this because I was having this conversation. When you do this work, like, and whether it's with me or other money coaches out there, when you do the work, when I feel like I'm the only one teaching it this way anyway, it's like, you know, when you put the puzzle down on the coffee table, I'm pretty sure through 2020, everyone, like, puzzles went crazy. But you know, sometimes you can build the puzzle really quickly, and other times that puzzle's been sitting there for months and slowly you're putting the pieces together, but the pieces don't fall apart. So that's what it's like when you do this work. You get to do it at your own pace. You can never go backwards, right? You're building up the structure and the plan to manage your money and your emotions and your mindset with money to create the freedom and the flow and the stability. So I want you to understand this is the 3-part framework to becoming your wealthiest fuck self. So I want you to look at this right now and do a little audit on yourself, where you are at right now, because based on everything that I've learned and where I've come from to where I am now, it's these 3 key pillars that you need all working in sync. You need all of them working towards a 10 out of 10. It's not just the one area you need to perfect. So we have your mindset, then there's the management, and then there's the manifestation. And this is the feminine and masculine balance. This is the, you know, eliminating the blocks, the stories that you hold on subconsciously that are sabotaging your ability to attract more money. This is what's keeping you stuck in the payday to payday cycle. You know, this pillar of management is like, how are you managing your money? Are you restrictive budgeting and then splurging? Or do you have a proper saving strategy in place? Are you following a blueprint with universal law? Are you future-proofing your income? And then the manifestation pillar, this is around like your actual behaviors, your habits when around money, how you react versus how you actually respond. Are you reacting from scarcity or are you responding from abundance? What's your relationship like with other people? How do you interact with loved ones and other people when it comes to money? You know, are you the one that looks down, you know, you make money, but when you go out for to the restaurant, you're looking straight to the price before what you actually want, and you're basing your judgment on what you feel like you can afford, and it still doesn't feel good, but you really want to go out for dinner? Or are you operating from a space of trust and personal power where you're making decisions, not trying to just go out to tick the boxes, but get the cheapest meal? Everything's already part of the plan and following the desires you have with that lifestyle. So I would ask you right now, like, you can do it if you're watching this live, you can put in the chat. If you're watching this as the recording, out of 10, like, give yourself an audit. 0 out of 10 is like, I am like so fucking helpless. Like, Kim, like, come save me. I'm just sucking in this area. 10 out of 10 is I'm 100% satisfied. It couldn't even get any better. I have all my ducks in a row. Asterisk, if all of these areas were a 10 out of 10, I'd question why you're on this training. So that's okay. If you are 10 out of 10, fucking brilliant. You're on, it's amazing. But it's just about getting really clear. And this is what the Wealthy as Fuck framework, this is the key areas you want to get to 10 out of 10. Okay. And understanding where the gaps are. So when you can go learn the skills, get the plan, get the tools, and get the help for you to get them as 10 out of 10. All right. So now we dive into the fun science stuff. Woohoo! Okay. Money is just energy. Money is just energy. So everything in life is made up of energy, right? And this is where quantum physics comes in. The smallest piece of physical matter is an atom, right? An atom is made up of positive and negative electric charges. This is considered called energy. So everything in life is made up of energy. And do you know what? We're in this day and age now where I know you know that, or you've heard that, or maybe you know a lot about that. But sometimes what I found, I was doing this too when I always knew about this, is like when it comes to money, it's like we put the area of money in Pandora's little box and lock it away and don't associate that with how the rest of life works. But money, it's just an area of life, but it connects with life. It's just energy. You are energy. You are just energy. So, and you experience life through emotions, which are just energy and motion. Okay. So building on that, understanding that then money is just neutral. Money does not discriminate. It doesn't care who you are, where you were born, what your gender is, and so on. Money does not care. Money does not have the level of consciousness that you do as a human to create meaning and decisions. Okay, so money is simply just a measurable form of energy. We measure it, we tangibly measure it. So your experience, your life experience with money comes down to you, because you put the meaning on money, and then money will behave in accordance with the meaning that you put on it. How's everyone's brains going so far? So how we experience money, how you experience money. Your relationship with money is dependent on your own personal meaning you attach to it. It responds to your emotions. Okay, your emotions are triggered mainly by your subconscious thoughts and your conscious thoughts. Okay, your subconscious runs the show. It's something like 4 million times stronger than your conscious mind. It is your autopilot, which is why I know you want to wake up and be like, look in the mirror, like, I'm abundant, I'm wealthy, I'm abundant, I'm wealthy. But it still feels like you have no fucking money, or you still get the stress from the bill, or you still dip into the savings and feels guilty, because the subconscious thoughts are running the show, which are triggering the emotions. Your emotions then trigger your behaviors. So this becomes the embodiment, this becomes the manifestation, right? So how you react and respond to your circumstances. So if you think about your life events and circumstances financially, how are you behaving, right? And you're already manifesting. You want to manifest more money. This is why we need to get really clear on your thoughts, your emotions, and what behaviors you're having. And then this is how understanding universal law will actually support all this for you. Okay, so your relationship with money, your thoughts, emotions, and autopilot behaviors were developed as a child, or through, I don't say or, like I should say and, major life events or significant traumatic circumstances. And what I have found in my experience and what I have witnessed is that even when you have had major life experiences like a hectic divorce or death, or something in your 20s or 30s, or later in life, there's usually been something that's happened through childhood that you've developed a meaning around money that has then played out when that bigger traumatic event has happened. I hope that makes sense. But if you can understand this, like, again, it will make life so much easier for you. It'll help the journey, it'll help you on your journey to fully elevating your relationship with money. So if you haven't heard me share this is a Kim Kent analogy. So you were born into this world as a blank canvas, pure energy, light. You didn't even fucking knew you were human. You did not know that. You didn't know you were separate from your parents or your mum's body. Okay. So then you have your parents. I'm just going to call them mum and dad. They're your major influences. They got out their paintbrushes and they started painting on your canvas with what is right and wrong with money. Also with every other area of your life, but let's focus on money. So they shaped your understanding through direct conversation, their words and their behaviors with money, and even in how they interacted with each other regarding finances. So you would have witnessed that as a third party, like from that bird's eye view. Okay, so that started to develop your understanding and your relationship with money, which is connected to your sense of self-worth and how worthy and deserving you are of money or are not of money. Okay, yay, thanks mum and dad. But you are here, you're not victims of your circumstance, as much as it's so easy to blame mum and dad. We're here to rewrite the story. Okay, we don't want that to be the autopilot truths, especially when we heard things like, which I'm going to get into it, rich people are greedy, money doesn't grow on trees, you should just be grateful, you have to work really hard for what you have. Or maybe it's the opposite, where you were given absolutely everything and then you grow up and you probably weren't taught actually how to handle money because you didn't actually have to learn about it and worry about it. And then all of a sudden, hello adulthood, which is, I have clients 50-50, like on either end of those spectrums. So how your canvas was painted dictates your current experience with money. Yay. Now, the primary layers of paint were applied in the first 8 to 9 years of your life. Now, this is hard dried into that canvas. It's like seeped, it's like oil-based paint, man. It's seeped into the fabric of the canvas. It's stained in there. That's the hard wiring. So in other words, your neural pathways have become hardwired, locking these core beliefs into your subconscious brain. How this looks today is, if you feel like there's not enough money, no matter how hard you work or however much you earn, but you tell yourself consciously, like, I have $1 million business, or I have 50 grand in savings, or I have $10,000 in my travel account, whatever it is for you, that's you trying, you're verbally, consciously trying to paint over the canvas to rewrite the story. But the thing is, you have to actually, you can't just paint over the paint, because then see how the subconscious is still there, it's still running the show. That's why you still feel a certain way and still experience money and life the same way. We've got to get the elbow grease out. We've got to do the work. And this is again where universal law comes in, to strip back that oil-based stained paint. So you can if you're looking at me in the image, you can like unlock the hardwiring and hardwire it. I'm sure there's some fancy electronic, like electrician language when you like undo wires and like they recircuit it or something. Not an electrician. Okay, so let's talk about an example again. Oh, so you can really wrap your head around this. So your artwork, say your artwork on your canvas suggests that rich people are greedy, right? But you've also grown up, well, this is me, let me know if you can relate, that greed is bad. So you right now in your life desire significantly more money to feel wealthy, but then a conflict arises between your subconscious and conscious thoughts. Your subconscious is operating on the autopilot, remember? Meaning that what happens is you'll naturally self-sabotage in some way, shape, or form to avoid becoming rich, because at your core, you believe that being wealthy / rich equates to being greedy, and greed is bad. Can you see how the dots are joining? So this is why when you want to make permanent change, and this is the work that I do, this is what we do inside the Wealthy as Fuck program, this is your experience, is we need to go and reprogram the subconscious mind where you're believing that greed is bad, for example, or whatever else is hardwired in there. We need to go and rewire that. Otherwise, you're going to consciously keep self-sabotaging. You're going to attract money and give it away, right? You're going to get that bonus and then you're going to spend it straight away. It's spent. Can anyone relate to that? It's spent before you've even received it. And then you wonder why you can't hold on to money. You wonder why you keep dipping into your savings. You wonder why you feel like you can't get ahead or the universe is against you. All right. Hopefully the sound's blocking out. It just started raining extremely heavily. Can you just let me know in the chat that you can just hear me fine? And I'm pretty sure the Zoom has blocked it out. It's usually pretty good at that. Can't hear it. Amazing. I feel like if I end up like sounds like I'm shouting more, it's because I'm talking over the rain. Okay. So let's talk about financial freedom. Who wants financial freedom? Pop it in the chat. Who wants financial freedom? Me. Yes. Of course, you wouldn't be here. I get it. I fucking love financial freedom. Right? I've craved it my whole life before I learned how to create it in my life. That's a good one. I should write that down. So what is financial freedom? This is my meaning. To have enough money to support a life in alignment with what you desire, and not really having to wait too long to get what you desire, or you know you can make it happen, or to no longer feel trapped or controlled by money. So money is not in the way of you getting what you want. That's the financial freedom. Now, many people believe that in order to achieve this, they need a lot more money. To a degree, this is true, just to make a point, not to say no. If you physically do not receive the income or the money or have the money right now to cover the cost of you accessing the desire, getting what you want right this freaking instant, like right now, then yes, you need more money right now. But what the reality is, hang on, let me see if it's on my next slide yes, it is, before I get ahead of myself. Look, the more money will not solve your sense of lack and not enough in the bank. And even though you might get the bonus or the money comes in or you get the inheritance and you're like, fuck yeah, I can go do this. And maybe it's a holiday you've been wanting to do. Let me know if you can relate to this. You go on the holiday, you come back to the same cycles, back to payday living, back to not feeling like there's enough even though you earn good money. Yeah? So money just reflects your relationship with it. And if you continue to carry the same thoughts, emotions, and behaviors with money that come from scarcity and lack, and you make more money, you will always continue to feel restricted and trapped, but you're just playing with bigger numbers on the screen. Speaking hand on heart from experience. I went from broke-ass uni student in my early 20s to building, couldn't even get a job with my degree, built an online business, started, hit the 100 grand a year mark. Same, what is it? Same problems, more money, same problems, but on a bigger degree. My credit card was increased. Like I had a bigger capacity on the credit card, so I had the big capacity to have debt. And I just was like, I had nicer clothes and I could rent a nicer house. You know what I mean? It just, more money is not going to, it's not going to solve your problems permanently and at that core. So this is why, or where you need to understand the foundations of money and universal law so you can create that freedom with what you have and then build upon it. Yay.